Hello. Welcome in. Grand Rising. Hello, hello. Grand Rising. Hello, Grand Rising Cinnamon. Grand Rising, everyone. It's a beautiful Thursday. It is Thursday. It is book club day. Hello, Christy. Hello, Wendy. Grand Rising, everyone. For the plan. The plan. My hubby's home again. His tummy's still not feeling that well. And he's got a work trip this weekend in Orlando. So he's trying to get some rest so he's not sick on his trip, but I don't know. Hello, Flower Power. Hello, April. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, beautiful angels. Now what are my dogs barking at? What the heck? What are you barking at? I guess my husband left the house. Lord forbid he leaves the house. Aw, poor guy. I hope he's feeling better today. Give him some garlic, honey garlic, or garlic onion. Grand Rising Pepsi, hello beautiful. He finally ate a little, so he's doing better that way. Fever just keeps coming. Aw, poor baby. You're just taking your oil of oregano and refusing to be sick. So far, so good. Yeah. Yeah, I've been eating garlic honey to keep from getting sick. Sky Scent, because we are Sky Scent, and I always play that. All right, let's see. Let's get our rainbow butterflies, and the last song we listened to was Venus. Okay. Welcome in, everyone, to Ascension Class. I know, poor poop. Iris is the first song coming up for us today. We're going to do our cards. We're going to get a message from the masters, and then we'll see where Spirit leads us till after that, and then we'll do snaps and get into the lost key of the Buddha. Remember, he's fighting his inner demon. He's fighting his inner demon, and he's got to do it himself. Everybody's got to fight their own inner demons. Everybody. The inner demon of not thinking you're good enough. The inner demons of what his is basically bringing him actual physical pain. And there are some that can do that. Right? Another good way to fight your inner demon is to let your inner child out. Once your inner child is healed. But we all have inner demons that we have to conquer, right? Things that we have to conquer to make our lives easier. But no one conquers their inner demons until they are ready. Until they're ready, they won't conquer them. They'll just let them keep, stopping them from doing things they love because they don't feel good enough or pretty enough or thin enough, right? So that's a lesson that we all have to learn, is conquering those inner demons. All right. Our chakra wisdom card for the day is knowledge. The sign for knowledge is the owl. The owl. So I recognize that a great deal of knowledge and information comes to me in the form of intuition, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, and hypersensitive feelings. I use my intellect combined with my intuition to delve into circumstances from a philosophical and spiritual viewpoint. I aim to understand the truth behind situations that come my way, as this helps me to respond with wisdom. Thank you, Irish. Hi, beautiful angel. I cultivate positive beliefs about life, myself, and others. Yes. Always positive. Always positive. Here's our healing energy. Our healing energy today says trust. With a lot of solar plexus energy coming in, I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. Yes. It's all for us. It's not being done to us. It is being done for us. All of the things. The voice of the heart. I silence the fear in me and discover the voice of my heart. The fruit of these words guides me. I trust the song of my soul. My intuition leads me on the path of light. Yes. Hello, Brandy. Hi, beautiful angel. Yes, we all get each other's days going. Absolutely. And I thank Spirit for everything that they give us every morning. I thank Spirit that brings you all to this room so that we can share together and learn together. Inner strength. Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities and know that with God I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. The only thing that stops you guys, the only thing that stops you guys is yourselves. That's the only thing. It stops you from being a creator. It stops you from healing the world. It stops you from doing things that bring you joy because you're afraid of maybe what other people are going to think of it. The only thing that stops you is you. Hello, Lynette. Hello. I'm so excited we get book club today. I'm so excited for book club today. Hi, Trina. Hi, beautiful angel. Hello. Because you are here. I love Top of the World. Here's our work your light. Oh, no. You're waiting for a sheriff to throw your ass out. If anyone legally owns this house, they need to go to a Supreme Court judge to show ownership in order to kick me out. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's your update for reality. Wow. Here's your work your light. Work your light, Oracle. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Grab a hold of that right there. Bring that code right there. Bring it into your heart. Bring that into your heart. Dance with life. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. What did I just say? Didn't I just say those words? And I promise you, I do not pick these cards out, and I do not even see them before I share them with you guys. It's happening for you, not to you. Everything. And Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. Yeah. Oh. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, the divine plan. The divine plan. Yes, life is happening by us, for us, and through us. Well, then if they stole the house, Wendy, then there's nothing for you to be afraid of. Right? Nothing for you to be afraid of. All right, here's our Rose Oracle. Our Rose Oracle. Ooh, that's a little bit chilly. That's a little bit chilly. The bud, potential, promise. It's about to happen. Keep going. Yes. Hi, Karen. Hi, beautiful angel. Grand rising. It's about to happen. Keep going. Everyone's ascension is individual, I think. I mean, we do ascend as a collective consciousness, but it has to happen inside of you also. You have to climb Jacob's ladder. Open all your chakras. And there's the void again. That is where everything is created. That's the womb of the universe. Inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. Yes. Possession is 9/10 of the law. 9/10 is your birthday. The void and the crowning. The rebirth, initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth. A seat at the table. We're birthing the golden age, guys. That's what we're doing. Here's our fairy card for the day. Our fairy card says moon energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Yes, moon energy. Love that. All right. Our animal for the day is the hawk. The hawk is our messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Yes. Let yourself ascend to new heights. The messenger. Oh, it ate your comment? Oh, wow. I don't know. I don't know. We've never had any problems over here on YouTube. Grand Rising Seraphina. Hello, beautiful angel. And our angel card is God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God. and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. Yes. Everything you need. Everything. Here's our awakened dreamer, and it says, bring your highest to your lowest. Call to mind your greatest strength, the aspect of you that is the most spiritually mature. Now infuse that power into the place where you feel the weakest or most vulnerable. You will be a more powerful force to reckon with. Yes. Think of that. What is your greatest strength? Where do you feel weakest? And then put that strength into that point where you do feel weak and vulnerable. Here is our butterfly message. And it is, the more I trust in life, the better things turn out. Trust that God has you, because he does. She does. The butterfly. And we have our ascended master. Charity, prayer, and contemplation. Look at the roses on her head. She's definitely a sister of the rose. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. Hello, Christina. Hi, beautiful angel. Ask and you shall receive. That is who Charity is. Yes. All right. Charity. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, goodness. I saw a, I don't want to do that right now. I saw a video of forest fairies. And do you know who she was talking about yesterday? She was talking about Serapis. But she said he was malevolent. Now, I don't know if she was talking about Serapis Bey or another Greek god named Serapis, but it was interesting anyway. I was like, oh my goodness, we had Serapis Bey today. So, yep. All right, I do have a message from Aurora today. And it is the secret to entering the fifth dimension today. So, we're going to get into that. And then we're going to get into our wisdom of the rays the masters teach. You pulled the contemplation card this AM. Of course you did. Yes. I know. Like all the people that we follow, it's all coming together. All the messages are getting to be like, we're all getting the same messages. We're just portraying it in our own ways. Me and Fairy sync up a lot of the times. The secret to entering the 5D right now. The fifth dimension is not a time dimension. It is beyond the limitations of time. It means that time has no meaning. It's a dimension of what we call in Sanskrit, yuga. And yuga refers to an era of time when something fundamentally changes. The third dimension is the world we live in, where we have a past and a future. But in the fifth dimension, there is no past or future, only now. In this state, you will no longer see time as linear. Instead, it will appear to move at a different speed than you are used to experiencing on Earth. In other words, time is no longer linear. It has become infinite in nature, endless and endless. Nothing in this fifth dimension has a beginning or an end, because everything exists at the same time, regardless of where you are going or where you have been, including your past experiences and future projections based on belief systems created by others for their own purposes, whether consciously or unconsciously. The fifth dimension is not a place, it is a state of being. It's not a thing, it is a process. How can you enter the fifth dimension? By being present in this very moment. It is a little difficult to do, especially when we have just heard this idea and have not fully assimilated it into our lives. But it can be present and see yourself. But if you can be present and see yourself in the mirror of time-space, then this will open the door to holographic reality. One thing, and we were just talking about her, one thing that Forest Fairy said to me at my very first reading, she said, "Your eyes are holograms," in the song that she sang in my very first reading. Your eyes are holograms. So I think it's it's interesting that in the fifth dimension, it's a holographic reality. If you can be present and see yourself in the mirror of time-space, then this will open the door to holographic reality. You begin to live inside the light instead of living inside time and space, which is a 3D reality. Right? Oh, that's beautiful, Christina. Just to have these experiences is magical. Why? Because we believe. We believe without seeing, and then we see. We're starting with the man in the mirror. Exactly. Thank you, Michael Jackson. Thank you, Spirit. You begin to live inside the light instead of living inside time and space, which is 3D reality. Time and space is 3D reality. When you're out of time, out of space, then you're in the 5D reality. It is important that you allow yourself with all your heart, all your soul, and all your might to be able to release yourself from the leash of time and space so you can become free. For example, if you can listen to this post with such fullness that the only thing left in the present is your presence without thinking about the past or the future, this very moment is sufficient. If you can simply be present in the here and now and silently soak in this message, then a different dimension will open. It simply refers to a separate dimension of time without a past or future. As a result, you will need to move differently in your own time. Try to do that. Try to live every moment in the now. Words start to take on a different shape and acquire new importance as a result of this internal transformation. Your being is here now, and your awareness cannot be divided into the past, present, or future. You naturally exist in the now, and when your mind can concentrate on the moment at hand and check out all other thoughts and feelings, then your essential being, your soul, can come alive, and you can become enlightened, kind of like a wake-up call. When you're in the present moment, nothing else exists. The past and the future are just illusions. It only takes a little practice to reach that level of presence. It is a dimension that most of us don't experience often enough because we're caught up in the busyness and hustle of our lives. This level of Zen is available to you right now If you put down your phone, close your laptop, and sit in silence for a minute or two, you can have this experience whenever you want, even if it's just for a few moments. Try meditating for 10 minutes a day. Look at the world around you and see how beautiful it is. Look at yourself as well and see how beautiful you are. It's like being outside of yourself and seeing things as they really are, not as they appear to be through your own eyes. The fifth dimension can be described as eternal union, oneness, or unity consciousness. Oneness, or the fifth dimension, is the state in which everything is unified by both God and one another. Yes. Yes, make a little time every day for yourself, for God. In this state, you will no longer see things as separate entities. Instead, there will be only one reality in which all things exist at the same time and in perfect harmony with each other. In order to complete our evolution on Earth, we must eventually reach the fifth dimension. As the world becomes more connected and technology is gradually replacing human interaction, it is critical to learn how to find your own center in the midst of all the changes. Learn to be more sensitive, aware, and be a part of the world around you. Stay in tune with nature. Space is calling. We've got to go higher. Join our beloved Earth and us as we continue to evolve into the fifth dimension. We love you dearly. We are here with you. We are your family of light. We are the Galactic Federation. Aho, Aurora Ray, Ambassador of the Galactic Federation. What a beautiful message. And the universe is sending us, you are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Yeah. You may not think you're beautiful, but I think you're beautiful. But you should start thinking you're beautiful because you are. Everyone in here is beautiful. And there you are perfectly imperfect. And that is perfect. Ahaha. Okay. So. Hello, Kimberly. Hi, beautiful angel. You were with your dragon yesterday. Oh, I love that. Yes. Flower, she could have been resting, may have moved to a new spot. Wow. All right. The message from the master today is listen to those important gut feelings. And the master we're hearing from today is Lanto the Sage, which we learned about him. Oh, you're having coffee with your mom and Dustin? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So the Ascended Master says, greetings, my friends. I am most recognized by you ones as Lanto the Sage. I come in the light of the one light. I represent the second ray, or aspect of Creator's spectrum. Hello, Teresa, Grand Rising. The visible spectrum of light only represents a harmonic of the frequencies that make up all of creation. In the third dimensional compression, you ones are often limited in your perceptions. This is why I had to read that first message. Spirit told me to read that first message first. Okay. Not only are there non-visible third dimensional aspects of Creator's light, there are also many higher dimensional components associated with Creator's energy expressions. Do not get hung up on colors associated with a representative of an aspect of Creator. We all, you ones included, express on all frequencies or wavelengths. Ones are usually drawn to a certain aspect of Creator. Thus, there is more affinity associated with one area over another. This is because we are all created with a purpose in mind, and that purpose can be most easily filled through certain aspects of Creator. Note, please, that balance is of utmost importance for proper growth. All ones will gravitate toward Sananda's Christos energy. Yes. Many will gravitate towards Hilarian's heart energy or Germain's transmuting energy. This is mostly due to the level of the expressing individuals. You ones are restless and need change. Thus, Germain will appeal to you, for he is master of that aspect of Creator's expression. You ask, where do you, Lanto, fit into this picture? I am guide and teacher. I am the gut feeling you ones get. The physical color associated with my energy is the golden yellow color, though the etheric color would be perceived differently. Ones who can see the colors of the auric field will most often perceive my energy as a blending of colors. I am a teacher. I have learned my lessons well and have earned my position among the other masters. We all have overlapping aspects and can express on any of the frequencies, though there is need to have specialists to answer the specific and directed needs of the ever-progressing souls. There we go. Yes, Teresa, you had a dream. Something came toward you. I thought it was a cow, but its face dissipated. You called it by name, but now you forgot it. Because you knew it in a past life, Teresa. You're starting to get your memories back. Yes, you're starting to get your memories back. I have come now at this time of change so that you ones might receive balanced instructions and learn to follow your gut knowingness about what it is that you need to be doing. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. Hi, VX. Hi, beautiful. My scribe recognizes me as a communicator. Yes, indeed. I am probably the most heard, but least recognized of the masters, for I will speak to ones at a level that bypasses the analytical mind and resonates within the emotional energy field of the being. This manifests as intuition, or as the I don't know why, but I don't feel right about this situation reaction. Even the most emotionally shut down person will, if he has a soul, feel my nudges. You ones must be open to the nudges. This is most often your guides working with you to help you to find the right path so that you are prepared for and ready to accept your purpose. This does not mean that you have to go anywhere. This is to say that your life experiences are being guided for your highest good. The more open you are toward following these internal messages, the easier it will be for you ones to get the proper insights and lessons necessary for your upcoming roles. Excuse me. Woo. That was a sneeze. Yes. Listen to your inner guidance, guys. Sometimes it's not so easy. And sometimes we have to push ourselves to listen to the inner guidance. I'll tell you what, ever since I started listening, I'm like, sometimes I fight it. I'm like, I don't need to do that. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Go do it. You know you'll feel better after you do it, right? That is what if you look if you're scrolling on TikTok, you're seeing all these people come out with truth. And the first thing they say to you is, I never thought I'd be doing this. Or something to that effect, right? I see so many videos like that. I never thought I'd be doing this. I never thought I'd say this. I never, they never thought that they'd actually let spirit guide them to what they're supposed to be doing in life. sharing the messages that they get. I never thought I'd share this message. I wrote this message down 3 years ago and never thought I'd share it. Exactly. Why now? Because the planet is ascending. Yes. Yes. Sometimes these lessons are harsh and seemingly abrupt. For example, ones are losing their jobs all over the country. Be careful in your thinking, for such luck is most likely for good reason. You may be needed elsewhere, and this may be the only way to get you to look within and draw upon the creative energy that will guide you to a more productive experience. As some ones are lost, others are called to serve. So, if your life seems to be turning upside down, please take a moment and call in the light and get still. Yes. Oh, Christine. Notice the gut level sensations. They can be translated into written or verbal communication with practice. This will be as if you have thought of the message yourself. You will most likely only hear your own inner voice. Listen to the message. Write it down or speak it into a recording device. Write or speak what comes, then discern the message. Remember to always call in the light before, during, and after this exercise. Otherwise, the dark side shall almost surely come to influence and trick you. That's why I say, always say, for my highest good. Basically, what that does is it closes the door on the dark side. It closes the door. They don't have a way in if you say, this is for my higher self, my higher good, and for the higher good of the planet. Yes. We are fast approaching a time when you ones shall all be consciously receiving. The mere fact that you are drawn to this information, source, contact, and are reading this message or listening to this message implies that you are and have been receiving at least at the gut level. You guys are all getting those gut feelings. Are you answering them? Are you answering your gut feelings? Absolutely. You are BX. You are such a powerful warrior. Don't let anyone step on your light. I know you won't. I know you won't. Because Hecate's with you, and yes, and Mother Mary's with you, and Isis is with you. Yes. Hello, Mark. Hello, darling. Yes. We all love you, Christine. We are your soul family. It is not everyone's task to write public messages for the masses. Yes. It is, however, your God-given right to connect up to higher source and receive your own personal instructions. Right? What's my next step, source? For my highest good, what's my next step? Show me. Show me my next step. Source, Mother, Father, God of love. For my highest good, show me. And be ready to be shown. Be ready to be shown. Your guides are there for you at this time to help coordinate your training and life experiences. Be patient with those around you. If they do not share your beliefs, do not condemn them. for each is responsible for their own self. Yes. Oh no, Wendy. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. You do not know the contract of another. So when one experiences as, let's say, a lawyer, that one just may be necessary to help you at a later date. Oh, we got Anna grandmother today. We did. I don't know if you weren't here for the cards, I don't think. Yes, we did. We got Anna grandmother of Jesus today. Yes, we did. Excalibur. We also learned a couple of things from university yesterday. And I kind of wanted to go over that today because that was in the Ascension Glossary also. Do you know the writer of the Ascension Glossary is our Lisa Renee, our teacher for the university? Yes. Ones may deny their spiritual side, yet they may be the inventor or scientist who brings new technology to the world. Ones are allowed to ignore their spiritual side if they so choose. There is no force from we of the lighted brotherhood. Yes. There is no force from the lighted brotherhood. They never force us to do anything. It is always our choice. If you come across others who don't seem to hear or want to listen to spiritual truth, do not condemn them. Look to their actions. Most often these ones are the more advanced ones who recognize that religions are very confusing and thus choose to avoid any spiritual discussion whatsoever. Their actions will hold clues to their being. Are they generally kind and caring? Do they know innately what is right and what is wrong? Despite the overpopulation of your planet by robotic ones, it is still full of godly people who only want to do what is right. These godly ones know right from wrong because they innately feel the difference. This is because they are connected to the God source, even if they do not acknowledge the connection. This message is coming now so that you ones begin to realize that you are receiving guidance. Moreover, note well that there is fast approaching a time when, due to external physical events, that getting this information will be nearly impossible. This probable scenario shall serve as a wake-up call to you ones who are still trying to figure out if you really believe these messages of lighted truth. Doubt is one of the most effective tools utilized by the dark side. If they can't dissuade you completely, they will try to cast doubt. Thus, the inaction due to procrastination will set you back or cause you to miss opportunities set up for your growth. When you find yourself doubting things such as personal worth or personal beliefs, I would suggest that the doubt is most often adversarially induced. Yes. Hi, Jules. Hi, beautiful. Ones do not like being treated as an outcast or as one who goes against their parents' fundamental teachings. When you doubt spiritual matters, realize, please, that there is a real battle going on within. This battle is for the control of your soul, or at least for the influence over your soul. Go within and call upon Creator God, the one who created you. Get quiet and search your heart to find that which you know to be true. Ask any question of the heart, such as, how can I know what is real or true? With such a question asked with heartfelt curiosity, the answers must come. The universe is sending, this is a time of my life. This is the time of our lives. Next, you must monitor your thoughts closely, as your mind will be caused to give you the answer. Clues and experiences that hold the answer will be caused to be remembered so that you can realize what is true and what does have verification and validity. Rarely will you hear a voice of another, not at first anyway, though it is possible. Remember to always call in the light for protection first. Be honest with yourself, and you shall know what is truth and what is half truth or lie. I am Lanto the Sage, Elder, Keeper of the second aspect of Creator Spectrum. May your journey in light be a reflection of the inner God force who created you and is you. Thank you, and blessings to all who listen to or read this message. Salut. All right, yesterday we had Serapis Bey, so I'm going to go ahead and read his message also since we have time. Oh, yay. In April for yourself and 5 divine feminine sisters at your Ukrainian fams resort meeting in person. Oh, nice. Hi, Tammy Lou. Hi, beautiful. The ultimate 3D virtual reality game. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Yes. I am Serapis Bey. Greetings, my brothers and sisters. You know me. I am around you quite frequently these past few years. I come within the light of the totality of the light. I represent the 4th aspect of Creator Spectrum. I represent purity and balance. The 4th aspect is balanced by 3 on each side, thus making up the 7. Picture me as the stabilizing fulcrum at the center of the balance bar. I encompass all of the aspects of Creator, and I coordinate and direct in a balancing capacity the natural flow of Creator's energies. Ones on your planet are in great confusion as to what is real and what is not. There is only one reality that is absolute, and that is Creator's reality, in oneness with creation. You perceived reality is based upon and limited to your current experience in the physical dimension. One of the conditions that you once agreed to prior to going down there is that you must enter the game or play without conscious memories of your past experiences. This is for a reason. This makes the experience of illusion more real. It is the ultimate 3D virtual reality game that your computer programmers envision, but cannot quite reproduce in your physical domain. The relative reality you one's experience is but a reflection of mirrors, the reflection of a holographic nature, and 2 or more holograms interacting within a holographic environment. Universe have similar rules by which to operate, thus similar realities. But are these realities really real? Yes, hi Yaya, hi beautiful. Relatively speaking, they are real to the ones experiencing them, especially when ones have not awakened enough to realize that there has to be something greater, a source or creator. Once ones realize that they are a soul operating a body and that there is a direct connection to this higher source, then and only then can they realize that there must be more to the experience than just existing. This is when you ones start asking the questions. What is really real? And why am I here? And what is my purpose? Only a souled being will have this inner curiosity that drives them to seek out the answers to these questions. Know, please, that this is not an easy path. The adversary does not want you to wake up and will try his hardest to keep you ones doubting what your heart knows to be true. This is the reason for all the inner confusion you ones feel. As the final scenes of this current play unfold, chaos shall increase exponentially, and only those who are well grounded in the higher reality of Creator shall be able to function without the emotional trauma of the impacting reality of change. The reason for experiencing down there in that compressed existence is so that you, as an individual fragment of Creator, may more closely examine and unfold your inner purpose. That is your unique aspect of Creator's thought. The experience allows you to focus on personal growth within the whole. You have an opportunity to fine-tune certain aspects of your being, and thus learn lessons that would otherwise only be a conjecture or thoughts and theories. Yes, there are many reasons ones who choose to enter the third dimensional experience. You can now be assured they are all growth related. Ones expand their awareness or the awareness of others. Many enter the game as young souls and get trapped in the experience and must continue lifetime after lifetime to play out their karmic debts until they grow to the point that they consciously remember the greater reality. Ones are always sent as guides and way showers, so that those souls who are ready can have the clues that they need in order to see the higher true reality. Ones are often offended by the term game. Life in the third dimensional expression is often referred to as a game of strategy, such as chess, and rightfully so. When you can take a larger viewpoint, the experience is very much a game. For example, ones may argue, well, life is serious and this is not a game. What about all the people being murdered and children being abused? Do you ones not have video games that your children play which show animated characters being blown up and, in a sense, killed? And you say, well, that's different. Those are just games and are not real. Oh? You ones must realize that what you are experiencing down there is very much like a video game. Your soul, you, is the only real part of the game. Your soul, you, is what registers the emotional trauma and frustrations, and those feelings are real. Your heart area on the body may very well ache when you experience these things, but in reality, it is the soul that feels the pain. You ones must realize, please, that when dark ones blow airplanes full of people out of the sky, they are playing their own games, their war games. Realize also that the darkened ones consider you as pawns, thus very dispensable. These dark ones do not have any trouble viewing life as a game, for they cannot feel what you ones feel. They do not care about how their actions impact others. They can only see their own ego, desires, and will do whatever they can to fulfill these self-centered desires. Wake up and realize that you are a valid player in this game. For inasmuch as you wake up and take your active role in this play, you will wake up others, and thus do your part to awaken the masses. The adversary knows that his only hope is to keep the masses asleep long enough to enslave them to a point where they cannot change anything. In reality, the only thing he is doing, at best, is buying the illusion of a little more time. For he knows that he is lost, and that God and God's people will win. So when you ask, what is really real? Know that the soul you is real, for such is the expression of Creator's thinking, and thus is Creator himself. The God force within is that which draws you to these messages of lighted truth. We of the hosts, and this includes ground crew, come to wake up our sleeping brothers so that they may grow, and thus we all shall grow. The true value of the efforts that make all of this worthwhile is only recognized when the individual fragment returns home with the gifts of experienced knowledge within the oneness of the Creator. This is one way Creator chooses to expand in subtle but infinite ways. Expansion of the whole is the true value of the experience. There is nothing of physical matter that has any true lasting value. Right? We can't take anything with us. It is an illusion that will in time disappear, only to cycle around again later with different players. And the old players will then be the guides and way showers for the newest players and slower learners. This is the upward spiral of infinity, the spiral of growth that fulfills the heart of the soul. Be at peace, and may you create that which fulfills the inner desire of the heart within the light of Creator and creation. I am Serapis Bey, teacher and way shower in the light of the infinite source. Blessings to you all. I mean, that's truth. That's truth. Yes. Oh, congratulations, Irish, and happy anniversary, darling. Oh, my throat again. Dang it. Universe is sending us heaven. Universe is sending us heaven. Mm-hmm. Nothing can take you away from me. Lionsgate, right? Yeah. Coming back from home. We're in heaven. We are in heaven. I want to check. I want to get this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Pretty sure I get my Discord up a minute. I put it in the Freedom Teachings room in the Discord. Find it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's the rise of Arthur and in energetic synthesis. Okay. Because we were talking about Arthur. And there's just one part that I want to read to you because some of you might not know this. And Lisa talked about it this morning, or not this morning, yesterday. And yeah, Arthurian legend, you know, the legend of King Arthur. Now that really happened. The Arthurian legends are extremely ancient archetypal memories of humanity's origins that go back into the galactic history of Lyra and Gaia. As these particular memories have been seeded directly into the Albion light body in the United Kingdom landmasses holds both the Magi Grail King masculine architecture for 6D planetary wings and the Magi Grail King female 7D planetary wings architecture in one central location in the Albion light body, which apparently has features of geomantic structure that are completely unique and unlike any other continent on the planet. This is why this section of the Albion, located within this island nation's landmass, operates as a powerful headquarters for global awakening and shifting timelines. The Awakening Albion holds an important key that brings unification between the sacred rod and staff architecture within the planet, which is the metaphorical Holy Grail that announces the move into the next harmonic universe and opens the timeline of the golden age of ascension. King Arthur is the solar logos twin brother of Yeshua the Christ. However, his purpose in the divine plan as the returning patriarch of the Michaels is to express as the warrior king, which picks up the Excalibur in the tree of life to defend the Holy Mother and all innocent life in the realm. King Arthur is the principle of right action, which gives us the moral courage to stand up for what we know is truth and to protect others from the harm that is created from intentional evil carried out by the false king of tyranny. King Arthur was a real person that was on this planet in the 6th century and is connected to the carrying out of the Emerald Order Guardian Christos mission as the 11th dimensional rod and staff holder, which is the architecture that protects the 11D Grail stargates in the Albion. So King Arthur's cosmic consciousness body is directly connected to the family of Michael, who are also protectors of the 11th dimensional gateways of Avalon, upon the NAA invasion, the negative alien agenda invasion. So he can be considered the patriarch of the Michael avian genetics and seraphim memories throughout time. These gates include the Vale of Pewsey, Ireland's Eye, and St. Ives Bay in Cornwall. And Cornwall is especially important due to the position of the Grail Point and the close proximity to the 12D Mother Ark Gateway, which holds the Emerald Order memories and knowledge of the Lyran Stargate Arimatina. The return of the King Arthur timeline represents the rise of authentic cosmic Christ consciousness onto the planet through the Emerald Order reclamation, in which he blankets the Albion masculine light body layers with the Emerald Holy Father rays and emerald crystals. He is a cosmic being sent here by Holy Father to be his full expression in this world during the planetary liberation as Christ, the King Arthur, who had remained in stasis in order for the Albion light body to finally awaken in the planet during the ascension cycle. This is an amazing reading. It's about the Rainbow Round Tables or the Kunda Ray. The Ruby Sun DNA, the Solar Heart twinning in the Emerald Crystal Heart, Avebury Henge. Is that Stonehenge? Avebury Henge? Interesting. Glastonbury. I thought Glastonbury was where Stonehenge is, right? All this stuff is covered in these writings. And these writings are Lisa Renee's writings. She channeled all this information. And this is called the energetic synthesis. Rise of Arthur and Albion Light Body. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Yep. It's gonna go your way. Yes, Christy. It's got all the answers to the questions that you were asking yesterday, Christy. Oh, it's a different henge. Okay. Avesbury is one and Glastonbury is Stonehenge. Gotcha. Gotcha. Teresa, I know I'm not. Yeah. It is near Stonehenge. It's a town. I was in the Bell Pub that day. Oh, April. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I put it in. Let me see. I think.
Welcome to ES Ascension News for March 2021.
That's
Our
Lisa.
theme for this month, Rise of Arthur and Albion Lightbody.
So you can actually listen to it too as a podcast. Boy, this lady sure is busy. Lisa Renee is a very busy lady. She keeps up this energetic synthesis site, and she also did the Ascension journals, or yeah, I think it's called the Ascension journals. So we're lucky we get a Wednesday with her. We're lucky we get a day a week with her, an hour we get with her. She's amazing. I've talked to her on the phone. Her and Chris are both amazing ladies. And they are the creators of these, the organs, the higher chakra organs, which she channeled how to make them and what to put in them and everything. There are literally these sands from Egypt in these things, in some of them. And the sands, the dirt from all the different Sargates in one of them. I mean, these are not ordinary little things. Yes. Ah, there you go, Mark. It was Excalibur's power that got humanity back connected to Source. We were totally cut off. I believe that, Ted. I believe that. Wasn't Excalibur the sword that the Lady of the Lake had in her hand? Was that one? Are you listening to what's playing? Holy cow. The final countdown. The final countdown. Arthur's bloodline was completely cleared in the astral. Awesome. We have 1 minute till snaps, by the way. Yes. Flower power. It's in the Freedom Teachings channel in Discord. The Freedom Teachings, which are Ashiana Dean's teachings, and Lisa's teachings go hand in hand. Snap, snap, snap. All right, here we go. This is our butterfly, and all you guys are on here to be empowered and to create our new earth. This is our past loved ones, always with us. This is our room. Forest Fairy did this, and this is the angels, the Pan, the priest, the Joker, the Mother Goose, the XOXO, the Ankh, the White Rabbit, because yes, we go down the rabbit holes. We tell truth in here. The magic and the hummingbird, time travel, the water for Christ. We're also, this is Steffi did for us, and it reminds us that we're always looked after and protected, always watched over. This is who we are. We are the rainbow butterflies. Yes. And this is the song of the 144,000. We thank you, Mother Father, that you have revealed to us your protective universal light, that within this light is complete protection from all destructive forces, and that the Holy Spirit of your presence permeates us in this light, and wherever we will the light to descend. Yes. We thank you, Mother Father, that you fill us with your protective fires of love, and that within this love is complete protection from all destructive thoughts and feelings. That the consciousness of Christ is lifted up in us in this love, and wherever we will the love to be inflamed. Yes. Oh, that's funny, Betty. Here's a big old lucky hug for everyone in here creating and empowering yourself. You are so very loved. And we thank you, Mother Father, that you are in us and we are in you, and that through us your will is sent forth on wings of power, that your purpose is accomplished on earth as it is in heaven, and that through us your light and love and power is manifest to all the sons and daughters of mankind. We are the love, we are the light, we are the truth, we are. And divine love is working through us here and now to create our new earth and bring in the golden age. And here is our healing chain, and all these people have asked us to connect our energy with theirs so that they can heal themselves. So however you do that, with light language, with Reiki, with crystal healing, or with prayer. I'm going to call in Archangel Raphael, have him connect his energy with all these beautiful people, and we are going to send them love, light, and healing energy now. All right. Thank you all for that. Yes, the final countdown. This is it, guys. This is the final countdown. We didn't start the fire. We didn't start the fire, but I'll tell you what, we're going to put it out. We're going to put it out with love and light. We're going to fight, fight, fight. All right. We're going to get right to the Lost Key of the Buddha, the Immortal Series, Book 3. Remember, he is ready to fight his demon, and John has given him some ammunition to use to fight his demon. So let's get right into it. Yes. The preparation. I slept in the next morning. It was the first undisturbed sleep I had experienced in some time, and it was heavenly. The next day, the dweller that John had put to sleep roused itself and became very disturbing to me again. Its presence was very painful, yet there was a difference this time. Realizing I was going to overcome it in a short time made it easier to endure. It was a little like having a terrible toothache. Enduring it is not so bad when you are sitting in the dentist's chair knowing it will soon be gone. I concentrated on ignoring the discomfort of the dweller using the principle of attrition. But even as I was attempting it, I found a greater awareness developing in the life and consciousness of the dweller itself. I sensed a knowing within him that its life energy was waning and a fear of its own death and survival intensifying. Over time, the attacking force began to lose its consistency. I sensed it withdrawing to gather its forces to attack with an even greater ferocity. There were times that the intensity was so great that it was difficult to not let it have my attention. But ironically, I seemed to have some success on putting all my attention on not giving it attention. That seems like a strange way to phrase it, but I can think of no other way to word it. For the next couple of weeks, I did my best to follow John's instructions and continued working on the book despite the great difficulty. Our business was also demanding more of our time, so finding the time and focus to write took more determination than I had ever roused in myself. In addition, Elizabeth and I discussed our guesses as to the key word, and I continued to read up on Buddhism. Oh, yeah. Yeah. For about 3 weeks, the power of the dweller seemed to decrease in proportion to my ability to place myself in a state of mind that did more than ignore him. Instead, I did not recognize its existence or influence. I want to stress this point for those who have to face any negative force. Attempting to ignore it is not enough. One must place his or her mind in a state of consciousness that does not recognize its existence. This state of mind cuts off its nourishment and starves it to death. The interesting thing is, while attaining this state of mind, it is still possible to be aware of the dweller, its life force, and its thoughts. While in this state of attrition, one must live his life as if there were nothing bothering him. He must work, rest, and enjoy life as if there was nothing disturbing happening. There are many negative attacks and dark influences the seeker will face before he confronts the full force of the dweller, and this principle of attrition will assist in overcoming all of them. There is one more piece of advice I would give. Doors to negative force are often opened by guilt. To release oneself from negativity and properly apply the principle of attrition, one must free himself from guilt. Yes. If one has guilt and cannot shake it, he should openly discuss the problem with a friend or religious authority. The principle of confession in the Catholic and other churches has a true principle behind it. There are times that nothing will relieve guilt in the individual but confession. As the seeker treads the path, he will eventually transcend guilt and never have another problem with it. Right? He will learn right action through guidance from the positive spirit, rather than a push from negative emotion and fear. Until this time comes, the guilt must be dealt with on a practical basis. Yes, we were sleeping, now we're awake. Exactly. During the next couple of weeks, I lived life as normally as possible, as if no dweller existed. Then one evening, as I was working on the book, a wonderful realization hit me. The dweller was gone. I had placed myself in the desired state of mind, which did not recognize its existence so well that I failed to recognize the exact moment its life vanished. The last few days had been quite a bit easier to handle, as I realized its power was decreasing, but the final moment of release was so natural, I seemed to have missed it. The silent victory came when I was busy writing as if nothing was bothering me, a time of attrition. Shortly after this amazing realization, I went to bed, snuggled up to my wife, and slept like a newborn baby. The next morning, I awoke to the smell of coffee and made my way to the dining room. Elizabeth handed me a steaming cup, and I shared the good news with her. "That's wonderful," she said. Then she seemed a little downcast and added, "At least it would be wonderful if you didn't have to face the possessed dweller that John talked about." "I've been thinking about that too," I said. "On the other hand, John did not say for sure that the Dark Brotherhood was going to resurrect the dweller. He merely said it could happen. Maybe nothing will happen. I feel absolutely no influence from the dweller now. It's like he's dead and gone. My woman's intuition tells me otherwise, she said. I would like to believe it's gone for good, but something tells me that your most terrible confrontation is looming on the horizon. She grabbed my hand and looked squarely in my eyes. After all we've been through, Joe, I do not want to lose you now. I don't know if I could handle it. Well, you would think that if I have some important mission, I would get some divine protection, I said wryly. She squeezed my hand very tightly and said in a strong voice, Listen to me. I feel very impressed to tell you something. I do not know if it's from John, God, me, or what, but I know you must hear this. Hear what? I gasped. She spoke very firmly. Divine help only comes after you have done everything possible in your power to help yourself. If you let down your guard and expect God, John, or anyone else to do for you what you can do for yourself, you will be destroyed. That doesn't sound like something you would say out of the blue, I said, feeling quite disturbed. You're right, she said, bowing her head. I think it was from John. I was looking forward to forgetting about the dweller for a couple of days. If I could have just a few days, peace, without having to worry about some major confrontation, I would be a happy man. Do you receive any impression how long it will be before the confrontation comes? No, she said, but I think it will be fairly soon, and you have to be prepared. I hope it's at least a few days in the future so I can get a few more restful nights' sleep and gather some strength back. I reflected a moment and added, John said the key to defeating the next attack is to use Excalibur. Do you have any idea what he means by that? Here we go. Excalibur was King Arthur's sword that he drew out of the stone, placed there by Merlin the magician. No one could defeat King Arthur when he used the sword. He lost possession and the power of the sword when he was betrayed by his wife and best friend. Then, at the end of his life, the sword was given to the Lady of the Lake for safekeeping. Oh, it was the Lady of the Lake. Okay, I was right. That's what I know in a nutshell from the movies I have watched. Well, I said, my question is, how am I supposed to obtain Excalibur when I have absolutely no idea where it may be? There's no Lady of the Lake in these parts, neither is there any sword stuck in some stone waiting for me to retrieve it. The obvious answer is never the answer to John's riddle, said Elizabeth. I would guess the sword is not a sword as we know it, and the stone will not be a stone. Neither will the Lady of the Lake be a real lady in a real lake. I reflected a moment. Sometimes you really impress me. Yes, I think you are correct. There is always more to John's words than meets the eye. But if the sword is not a real physical sword, then what is it? Probably some type of spiritual sword, she said. Or maybe Excalibur is a symbol of something or some truth. Okay, let's suppose there is some spiritual sword I am supposed to retrieve. Where do I get it and how? I wish I knew, she said, bowing her head. Well, whatever it is, we have to know. We have to find it. And who knows what to do after we find it? If it is not physical, then I'm not even sure if I would know how to use it if I did find it. And that's just part of the problem. I'm not even sure what I am to use it against. I have never seen the dweller or its body. Elizabeth grabbed me, kissed me, looked me in my eyes, and said, I have faith in you. John said to use Excalibur, so that means you can find it and can use it. Whatever that entails, you will figure it out. She paused, and I noticed a tear crawling down her cheek. You've got to figure it out, damn it. You've got to. I gave her a hug and said, I'll figure it out some way. All I know is that I can't let you down. I just wish I knew how long before the confrontation, or if there will be one at all. Not knowing is maddening. Maybe Wayne will have some ideas, she said. He called and said he was free for lunch. Maybe you ought to pick his brain. I guess it couldn't hurt, I said. I gave him a call and arranged the time and place. I was drinking a cup of coffee at Radin's restaurant, thinking deeply about my problems, when Wayne walked in and sat down. He had such a disturbed look on his face that it made me forget about my problems. What's the problem? I asked. Ernie, he growled. That son of a bitch. I thought he was the one employee you could trust. I thought so too, he said, squirming in his seat. So what did he do? His wife was doing some books and record updating for me, and they came across titles to 4 of my trucks. They forged my name on the titles and took the trucks. Can't you just call the cops? I asked. It's not that easy, he said. I have to somehow prove he forged my name. That could take a lot of time and money. Couldn't you just go steal the trucks back? You did that with a stolen trailer a while back, didn't you? Yes, he sighed, but the guy who stole my trailer didn't have the title. Ernie told me that if I tried to steal my trucks back, he will show the cops the title and have me arrested. Can you be arrested for taking your own trucks? That's insane. It's insane, all right, he said, and I probably could win in the end, but it would cost me a bundle getting out of felony charges, and I may have to spend time in jail before it's all over. That's a terrible situation, I said. Any idea what you're going to do about it? Damn, Wayne pounded on the table so hard, several other nearby customers looked at our direction. Maybe I just ought to catch him in a dark corner and rough him up a bit. I can understand the feeling, I said, but that would probably make things a lot worse. It would sure make me feel better, though, he added, calming down. And how was your week? Better than mine, I hope. I reflected a moment, and even though I faced a terrible challenge, I was not sure that I would trade places with him. When you think of it, it seems that most people have about all the problems they can handle in life. I've had my share of problems too, I said. Really? Tell me about them. It'll be nice to know I'm not suffering alone. I believe you've shared enough problems for one meal, I said, looking at the menu. I think I'll order the meatloaf. Meatloaf is good, he said. I think I'll have that too. We gave our orders to the waitress, and I redirected the conversation. You're familiar with the story of King Arthur, Camelot, and the sword Excalibur, aren't you? Well, I've seen the movies like everyone else. I might have read a few things. Let us suppose that the whole story was a parable meant to teach spiritual truth of some kind. Something like Jesus telling the story of the prodigal son. How would you interpret it? That's an intriguing question, said Wayne, showing some interest, seemingly forgetting his previous state of agitation. I have often contemplated the meaning of the Genesis story, as if it was a parable, but I never thought of applying that type of interpretation to something like Camelot. You're coming up with the darndest topics of conversation lately. It's strange, but I kind of like having my thoughts provoked. Good, I said. Let's take the basic ingredients and interpret them. First of all, what would Camelot represent? Wayne reflected a moment and said, higher consciousness, perhaps, or the kingdom of heaven. Sounds as good as any, I said. Then how about Merlin? Merlin was supposed to have concocted the whole plan, he said. So what you would have to ask is, who is the creator of the kingdom of heaven? Interesting. I guess that would be God, wouldn't it? I said. So you think King Arthur would represent Christ? He was a kind of spiritual son of Merlin, but a literal son of an earthly king. That makes sense, he said. Jesus was descended from the earthly King David, but spiritually was the Son of God. The story tells us that King Arthur was not aware of his kingdom and heritage until he drew the sword out of the stone. Do you think that Jesus was unaware of his full power and mission until he drew some spiritual sword out of a stone? It's possible, I said. What do you suppose the sword represented? Wayne reflected a moment. I believe there is a scripture which calls the word of God a sword. Ding, ding, ding. I think you might be right, I said. I seem to recall something about that. I'm going to check the scriptures on it when I get home. So if Excalibur is the word of God, what is the stone that held the sword? It could be any number of things, he said. But we've got to follow the reasoning through. When Arthur, as well as the sword, had no power, the sword was in the stone. Evidently, the stone keeps the word of God neutralized, so Christ or Christ hidden in us cannot use it. That's interesting, I said, nodding. But Arthur comes from the Celtic word for stone. If Arthur is a Christ figure, then perhaps the stone is another symbol for Christ. Perhaps the sword in the stone is a symbol of the word of God in the physical. Christ, who has forgotten who he is, he said. I think we're on to something, I said with rising interest. We are all supposed to become sons of God according to the Bible. If we have Christ or the word of God in us, as the scripture says, but are unaware of it, then we are powerless spiritually. But when we realize the power of God is not released through physical exertion, but spiritual, then the sword is easily released and used, Wayne added. So what about the two prominent female figures, Guinevere and the Lady of the Lake, I asked. Wayne paused in thought and said, Guinevere was beautiful and at first inspired Arthur, but wound up betraying him and neutralizing the power of Excalibur. I think she represented the illusion of carnal power and beauty, he said. Then perhaps the Lady of the Lake would represent the higher or spiritual side of Christ, since she has custody of the sword, I added. Good point, said Wayne. Two had custody of the sword, King Arthur and the Lady of the Lake. Perhaps they represent the male and the female aspects of Christ. So, to activate the power of Excalibur, the male and female energies must work together. I think we're on to something, I said. You've given me some good food for thought here, Wayne. It's not that hard to help when you ask the right questions, he said. Yes, you are correct, I said, thinking of John's earlier statement on questioning. So have you moved on from solving the Buddha's middle way, he asked. No, but I have definitely eliminated something. And what's that? Moderation is not the middle way. It's more than that, I said. I would hope so, he smiled. Like I said last time, it doesn't take some great mind to tell us. It is not wise to starve ourselves to death. The other extreme of wine, women, and song does have some appeal, though. I chuckled. Yes, it's kind of funny that seekers back in Buddha's day were more attracted to the extreme of poverty rather than pleasure. If you're going to be an extremist, I suppose you might as well take the enjoyable side. My point exactly, said Wayne. So do you think there is any deeper meaning to the middle way than seems apparent? Or were the people in that age so simple that even basic common sense impressed the hell out of them? I think there's something deeper. A lot of Buddha's teachings were very profound, so it's hard to believe that his core teachings of the middle way was mere moderation of some kind. So have you come up with any other ideas? A couple, but I thought I would see if you could come up with anything besides moderation. Wayne leaned back in his chair in thought and said, perhaps we can use the same review that we did in looking at Camelot. Now, I understand it, the choice of the middle way opens up when two choices appear before the seeker. He sees an extreme going left and another going right. The middle way is a choice between these two extremes. But if you are correct, the correct choice is not necessarily the moderate choice. What does that leave us? A moderately extreme choice. All right, I am going to end right there. Because, yeah. Wow. Excalibur is our voices. Our swords. Our words. Our truth. That's what I got out of that. So that, guys, is class for the day. You're welcome. I definitely learned a few things. I never looked at Excalibur like that. Never. Never thought of Excalibur as being the sword of truth. Because, we're told, put on the full armor of God, right? And we know what the full armor of God is, with the shield and the helmet and the belt and all that. But there's also the sword of truth. Yeah. Aw, poor Wendy. You're welcome. All right, guys, did you want to go over to TikTok for a bit and chit chat? Yes. Hidden in plain sight. Exactly. It's all hidden in plain sight. Thank you, Mark. All right, let's go over to TikTok in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go over to TikTok.